say?
Damon say that well, my question is, how big or small can a community be? It basically means that we all live on the earth. Does that mean that we belong to the world community? Big or small?
Okay, so summarize in your own words, what does he think a community is?
How big or small it is? How big or small?
I need you to raise your hand and ask
community is like a global thing.
Beautiful. And also you use one of our key words. So Alicia, can you put a bean in the jar? I'll put a bean in the jar.
Can I write?
So
we're already there.
Hold on. So if it's global, Felix.
Say it again.
If it's global, what does that mean? What does our word global mean that we've been studying?
Global means like far away. That's only one. Like the difference between local. It's like, for example, McDonald's in Hong Kong, China, Japan, Hawaii, Mexico.
So it's opposite of local and it's in international places?
Yep.
Cool. And then what is the phrase or word that Damon said that makes you believe that? What did he say? What is it quote?
Wow, does that mean that we belong to the world community? That's
okay. So world communities. World communities. Awesome job. Thank you, Felix. Brandon, what did you want to add? Did you want to add to any of these characters? I'm ready and willing to listen to your point of view. So. Okay. Danny, you want to write up on the board? No. Okay, you're good. All right. So now that we listen to what different people think a community is. So Julian thinks it's your race or culture. I need papers down. Damon thinks it's global or world. Excuse me. Sharonda, I'm going to wait till we're in voice zone 0. Sharonda thinks it's the neighborhood where you live. And Mr. Little, what do we say, Danny and Brandon? Mr. Little?
I know what he said.
You guys can work together to come up with it.
It says that I did hear. What was it?
What does Mr. Little think a community means? Gabby, put it on.
Like a group of people, like a whole group of people, he says that there's a lot of types of communities, and it's telling me that it means that it's like a group, it's a sports community, is like a group of sports people that represents a community.
Okay, so a key word I heard.
Community is like one language, like in Mexico. Mostly one language.
Great example. So what I heard from you is that there's a lot of different types of communities. There's a lot of different definitions. Okay? You got it. So we're going to think 2 seconds. Look back at your do now, which says what does community mean to you? It's your definition of community. So pull back your do now. Look at your definition of community. Thank you, Danny, for having out Gabby. And now we're going to think to ourselves, and we're going to share with a partner after. How is our definition different from these people's definitions? And how might we want to change it now? So, Brandon, I'm asking you one. How is your definition of community the same or different from these people?
The same because...
And 2, I'll ask you in a second. I'm going to give you time to think. And 2, how might you change your definition now that you've heard these other people?
I don't want to change it.
Okay, so look at your do now. You can write that underneath your do now. Write those 2 things underneath your do now. So,
it's not here. It's not here.
So how is your definition? Same or different?
What?
We're not saying those words in class. Okay? So thank you for having your do now.
Can I get a pencil?
Brandon, take your do now out, and I need you to write these answers here.
What are you doing? I have mine. I don't. You do. Where's my paper? Yeah. Brandon.
Okay. So 1, how is your definition the same or different from these up on the board?
know where it's at.
Oh.
You go to like
No, it's not. You know.
Okay,
I
come
mean,
Hey, Brandon, I need you to answer those 2 questions right now. Brandon. All right, eyes up here in 3, 2, 1. We're about to head out, but we need to finish these 2 questions before we leave. When you tell me your 2 answers, then I will dismiss you to go. To these 2 questions, how is your definition of community the same or different than these characters?
It's different.
And hold on, do you want to change your definition after you heard what these people had to say? So Felix, go ahead.
Okay.
Sit down. Sit down and put up. Brandon. We are not talking. We are focusing our eyes on the speaker right now.
Okay, so it is different because I say community is like people around you, and they say that community is like a tradition or a neighborhood and all that. So it's different. I don't change it because that I looked at it in the dictionary.
And what did it say in the dictionary?
That community means people are around. Community is people are around you.
Okay, and so that's what you're going to stick with?
Yeah.
Because you think it's a very factual dictionary definition.
Me too.
All right, thank you for explaining. See you later.
Yay.
Danny. Brandon, I did not dismiss you. That's a check. Danny and Brandon, you need to take a seat. You need to raise your hands together.
Yeah, you want me to touch you?
Face it down.
That wasn't even me.
Please. Put it up.
No, that was him. That was
Excuse me. Felix, you're dismissed. Brandon, take a seat. Take this up. Brandon, you're going to stay after.
No.
Okay, Jenny, go ahead.
Can I go? My definition is not the same,
Uh-huh.
and I don't want to change it. I do want to change it.
And how are you going to change?
By
What are you going to...
a dictionary for looking for some words. So I
Okay,
can use for
but based on what these characters said about their definitions, do you have any new ideas that you would like to add to yours based on their definition?
like a community.
Okay, go ahead. Hold on, Alicia. I didn't call you.
Can I go? Like a community, in a community, you guys share, like you share things. In a community, you share things and stuff. Like you share things and you do things together. You go on adventures together.
Okay, so is your definition the same or different?
The same.
And after hearing all what these people have to say about community, do you want to add something to your definition? No?
Oh, that you guys share stuff and like you're together.
Okay, so you're going to do things together and spend time together? Okay, go ahead. Danny, go ahead. Is your definition the same or different than these characters?
Same.
And how is it the same?
Because communities, like they all gather up together, and then they do a lot of, they could do stuff together.
So whose is yours similar to?
Not sure.
Alicia, you
Sharonda.
Sharonda?
Yeah.
Okay, because she said it's a neighborhood where you live.
Yeah.
Do you want to add anything to your definition based on other people's?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
No flex.
Come on,
No.
pencils.
No flex. Some. They
This
know,
one's fine.
but
Gabby, go ahead.
they know,
Alicia, you're dismissed.
No,
Brandon,
no. They're the same.
hold on.
You got to say.
No, Brandon, you are not dismissed. Brandon. Gabby, go ahead.
They're the same.
Yes. Who is yours similar to?
Sharonda.
And how come? What is Sharonda's?
Cause you
Okay, community neighborhood. Are there any things from other people's definitions that you want to pull out to add to yours? Okay, so you do not think that your sports community might be a community you're in? No? Okay, go ahead, Danny. Brandon,
What?
is your definition the same or different from all these characters? The same as whose? Mr. Little, what does Mr. Little think a community is?
Different, he thinks different communities. He thinks that communities are I think that every team that you're on, every neighborhood that you're on is a community.
Mm-hmm. So that you can have a lot of different groups and communities you belong to?
Yeah.
Okay. So did your definition from the beginning of class change, or is that what you thought at the beginning?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so you just got confirmation? Cool. Okay. Awesome.